From the home of the National Hockey League's Vegas Golden Knights, this is Reveal Night, unveiling the name and logo of Henderson's new American Hockey League franchise, a presentation of Credit One Bank, NV Donor Network, Homey.com, and yes, air conditioning and plumbing. Darren Millard along with VGK insider Gary Lawless. So nice to see you again and be with you as well. Over the last couple of months, it's been a real challenge for everybody, but tonight we get to talk about hockey. Tonight we're back in our studio, and tonight we make some hockey history. This is going to be incredible. The only regret, Gary, is that we can't do this in person with everybody like we wanted to, but we hope that you at home are safe, you are healthy as you watch on News Channel 3 Las Vegas, on Twitter, on Twitch, Facebook, as well as YouTube. This is going to be a special night and really unique night.
Yeah, we've done lots of hockey. We've never done a reveal. This is like one of those home and garden TV shows where they fix up a house and you wait all show to see the end result. And this is fantastic. Our design team with the Vegas Golden Knights has worked really hard on this. There's been a lot of thought and a lot of love and excitement poured into this. And I haven't seen the logo, so I'm really excited to see that.
Do you think you know the name? Do you think you know what the logo is going to look like? You're down to the final couple of minutes to get in your prediction. Golden Knights owner, Henderson American Hockey League owner, Bill Foley in the studio here. He will join us on set for the big reveal tonight. Looking forward to that. He's been through this once before, so just get his take on what this process has been like. Henderson Mayor Deborah March is also watching tonight. Good evening, Your Worship. Look forward to chatting with you and getting your reaction to the logo and the team name. What an opportunity for Henderson and a big step for the city of Henderson. You also hear from VGK prospect Ben Jones talk about playing in the American Hockey League, playing in Chicago, and next year suiting up in Henderson and the same city as the parent club, the Vegas Golden Knights. So a lot on the plate tonight, but you at home watching tonight are also a big component about what's going to happen this evening. And with more on socializing and social distancing on social media, here is Stormy Buonantony. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Darren. Yeah, that's the perfect way to put it. We're trying to make sure that we're staying interactive and staying personal with all of you fans at home, because we weren't able to do the in-person type of a thing that we wanted to do and share in this big historic moment with all of you. We're about to be the Henderson blank blanks no more. So I'll be here in our social hub monitoring all of the Golden Knights social platforms and streams using the hashtag Reveal Night, and that's Night KNIGHT. So make sure that you're using that hashtag on social media so that maybe we can see your guesses on team names, reaction once you do see the logo, all those things on the broadcast. We want to make sure that we're including all of you in this. It's so exciting. Thank you to everybody watching on NBC3 Las Vegas, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Make sure you're using that hashtag. Darren, Gary, I know you guys are going to be using it during the breaks too, right?
You know, Stormy, it's interesting because on our Knights report that we've been doing throughout this whole pause, you've been great at the end of every show of giving us a real twister, a real challenging question, and usually Gary and I are blank on what our answer is going to be. So this is great with that T-shirt that's going to be outdated in a couple of minutes. Look forward to this, and we'll get back to you in just a little bit. Gary, you know, it was back in 2016 when the hockey world learned that the Las Vegas National Hockey League franchise was going to be known as the Golden Knights. 3.5 years later, can you believe this? Vegas is preparing, and this valley is preparing for a second professional franchise.
This is really amazing. I can remember sitting in Florida when Gary Bettman said he was going to let Bill Foley have an opportunity to try and sell season ticket packages in Vegas and see if Vegas could be a viable National Hockey League market. Well, now Bill Foley has put money and invested and been part of 6 new pads in Southern Nevada. He has grown the game. The Golden Knights have been to the Stanley Cup final. They've become one of the most important and impactful franchises in the world. The Golden Knights games, the best atmosphere in the world. And now Vegas is going to be, Vegas and Henderson are going to be home to 2 professional franchises. The 2 best leagues in the world are now in Nevada. And for the Golden Knights, this is a huge step forward in terms of hockey and growing that culture and creating the franchise and the organization that Bill Foley, George McPhee, and Kelly McCrimmon really want to step forward with This is very important. Having those players in Henderson, for McPhee, McCrimmon to be able to drive across town, even for Pete DeBoer to be able to go watch a practice every once in a while, to be able to go watch their players play on a nightly basis. And then the other side of it, for those prospects to be in the same city as the big club, to have a Friday night off at home and be able to go to a game and watch the Golden Knights and be in T-Mobile Arena and feel that atmosphere, it's the carrot that you want to get to the National Hockey League. Well, now the carrot isn't 1,500 miles away. It's right there, and it's tapping you on the shoulder all the time. You want to be in the NHL? This is what it looks like, and it's right next door.
Yeah, you say Hockey City. That's true. 2 professional franchises. There's talk of Vegas being a hub and the return to play. It's really come along fast, and it's a methodical process when you get a National Hockey League team and you work with Gary Bettman. Bill Foley played his cards perfectly and landed the National Hockey League team. The arrival of the American Hockey League has been a much quicker journey.
Well, acquisition is something that Bill Foley has done throughout his career on the business side of things. This is hockey. And when that American Hockey League franchise did become available, they looked at it, they analyzed it, boom, they were ready to go. And the timing was perfect because this franchise needed a little bit of bandwidth. But you think what happened in year one when they, from the expansion draft to the amateur draft and then the season and going all the way to the Stanley Cup final, there wasn't time to breathe. Well, the organization grew a little, matured a little bit, and then when this opportunity came, they were ready to be able to strike and make it happen and put all the right pieces in place. They don't do anything wrong. The Golden Knights do everything in a first-class manner. They check off all the boxes, and they've done this, and you're going to see this tonight. Like, this is super exciting. I can't wait to see the logo because I know it's going to be top-notch.
And when you talk about having to jump into action, that's 3.5 months ago that the franchise was acquired, and tonight we're announcing a logo and a team name.
Yeah, and they're going to strike ground in early August on a 6,000-seat state-of-the-art American Hockey League arena in Henderson. Lifeguard Arena, well on the way, hopefully going to open early this fall. All of these things, this organization takes breaths, but really shallow and fast ones, and then right away moves on to the next thing. And that's growing. 2,000 kids right now are involved in Golden Knights hockey programs. That's an amazing number in a short amount of time. And there's 6 pads that the Golden Knights have been involved in developing. Well, you can ask Bill later on because they're going to need more. People in Nevada and in Vegas love hockey.
Just a comment on the American Hockey League and where it stands in hockey's hierarchy.
It's the second best league in the world. And, we'll get into this a little bit later on, but if you want to play in the NHL, you probably get to the American Hockey League first. And it's not just players, broadcasters, coaches, trainers, medical staff. They all get their start, almost all get their start in the American Hockey League.
Well, Gary, the American Hockey League may be the new kid on the block or league on the block in Vegas right now, but whether you know it or not, you're very familiar with its influence on the game. Up next, Gary will connect the dots between the American Hockey League and the Vegas Golden Knights, and then Bill Foley in studio. He will join us on the set to share his vision about the name, the logo, the unveiling, and what went into this whole process. It is reveal night, AHL style.
The Nevada Donor Network team is grateful for the heroes that keep life moving. The heroes on the front line. The everyday heroes who continue to serve our community. And most of all, the heroes who register as organ, eye, and tissue donors. Register as a hero today.
How in the world? Oh my goodness. Killorn back to his left and saved the goal.
This is reveal night, unveiling the name, logo, color scheme of Henderson's American Hockey League team, the top affiliate of the Golden Knights. This segment brought to you by our friends at Nevada Donor Network, the life-saving healing mission, giving hope and strength and life to more than 3 million people in the state of Nevada and thousands of potential transplant recipients across the country. Register as an organ, eye, or tissue donor at nvdonor.org. Minutes away from the new logo and finding out the name of the Henderson franchise, what that's going to be called. Darren Millard along with Gary Lawless. This is, of course, an American Hockey League show, and it revolves around the name and the logo of the Henderson team. But really, the connections with the Vegas Golden Knights are very strong with the A.
Well, absolutely. And actually, all across the National Hockey League, 87% of the players that played in the NHL this season spent time in the American Hockey League. Just in the Vegas organization alone, every player except for Paul Stastny has played in the American Hockey League. Paul went straight to the National Hockey League and has stayed there for his whole career. Steve Spott coached in the American Hockey League. Ryan McGill coached in the Hockey League. Kerry Bubbles, president of the team, him and Ryan Craig were with the Cleveland franchise when they won the Calder Cup a few years ago. George McPhee, when he ran the Washington Capitals, 3 of his teams in Hershey, the Hershey Bears, won the Calder Cup. 4 of them went to the Calder Cup. And then as soon as George took over in Vegas and they started the affiliation with the Chicago Wolves, they went to the Calder Cup in their second year, lost in the final to the Charlotte Checkers. Nick Waugh, who plays for the Golden Knights, he was on that Charlotte Checkers team that beat Cody Glass, Nick Hague, Zach Whitecloud, and on and on and on. So if you play in the NHL, if you're a broadcaster in the NHL, if you coach in the NHL, you've probably been through the American Hockey League.
It's where you learn how to be a pro, but it's also where you learn how to really establish yourself and find a way, your way, to have success. Braden McNabb did it in the American Hockey League. Derek Englund started back in 2003. He spent some time in the American Hockey League. You see Nicholas Waugh with that championship. A number of Vegas Golden Knight players have won that Calder Cup.
Yeah, well, it's really interesting when you see teams that win the Stanley Cup and you look through their roster and then you realize, oh, those 2 guys played in the American League together. Those 2 guys played in the American League. It's where you start. And culture is so important in Vegas. And they're going to draft players now, and then they're going to put them in Henderson. Not only will they see the Golden Knights organization up front and center, but that culture will be driven into them right from the very beginning. It means something to be a Vegas Golden Knight, and it's going to really mean something to be a member of this Henderson American Hockey League franchise as well, and that will carry through. And someday, when there's a parade on Las Vegas Boulevard, there will be players that played, unless it happens this summer, there will be players that played for that Henderson franchise that eventually climbed in the National Hockey League and help this organization win a Stanley Cup. It's just the way it works. The AHL is where you get your start, and it's where you become a pro.
I find it interesting when you compare the National Hockey League to other major sports. When you spend time in the American Hockey League, sometimes you can still go on to be a star player, but you have to find your footing. And it happened with Jonathan Marchessault.
Jonathan Marchessault, everyone said when he played junior, oh, sure, he could score in junior, but he's too small. Well, the next step was the American Hockey League, and he almost immediately had an impact as a scorer at that level. And he was so strong in the American Hockey League that eventually the NHL couldn't ignore him. He got a little look in Columbus, then he was in Tampa, and then in Florida, broke through, scored 30 goals with the Florida Panthers, and then came to Vegas and has been an impact player in the NHL ever since arriving. But without that step in the American League, without learning and getting that confidence that he could do it as a pro, it doesn't happen in the NHL.
Proved himself, and then again, was a 3-time All-Star, and like you said, they didn't have a choice. The National Hockey League had to bring him in. Henderson replaces Chicago as the American Hockey League affiliate for the Vegas Golden Knights, Gary. That's 1,739 miles closer to T-Mobile. 16-mile drive compared to 26 hours for me. I don't know about you, the way you drive, or a 3.5-hour plane trip.
Well, it's for George McPhee and Kelly McCrimmon, and maybe even Pete DeBoer, They can drive across town. They can watch practice on a Tuesday morning. They can watch their team play whenever they're in town and the team is in town. It is a huge advantage. If you got to recall a player, he doesn't have to get on a plane if both teams are at home. He comes across town. If something happens late in the afternoon, a player comes down with the flu or whatever happens, a guy's wife, goes into labor, you can pick up the phone and say, hey, go grab your bag, get down to T-Mobile, you're in tonight. Like that closeness, that synergy, it's a huge advantage for the NHL team, and it's really good for the players to be in the same market. There's a little bit of pressure when you don't know when Kelly McCrimmon is going to walk through the door to watch practice.
We'll talk to Ben Jones about that. VGK prospect, played this year in the American Hockey League in Chicago. Also about what he thinks the difference will be when he gets the call and has to think about it on a flight as opposed to just driving across town. Coming up, what you are saying about reveal night. Back to Stormy Buonantony in just a second. You can get your last second predictions in, as well as Bill Foley, his thoughts, his vision for the American Hockey League and Henderson. Then the unveiling on reveal night, AHL style.
Schmidt darting in, one-handed on goal save. Crawford, rebound, score! Not sure if it's going to count, I doubt it.
After video review, the puck was in the net before the net came out. The call on the ice is no goal due to goaltender interference.
The Vegas Golden Knights are proud to select from UNLV Bobby James.
Bobby, get in there.
Bobby, time for dinner.
Reveal night continues. The Henderson American Hockey League announcement. This segment brought to you by Credit One Bank, the official credit card of the Vegas Golden Knights. In Studio 31, Darren Millard here. You know we're getting close to the big reveal because Bill Foley has joined us on the set. Before we get to Bill and the big moment of the night, another opportunity for you to talk to Stormy Buonantony, and we check in on the social media front. Stormy.
All of the Golden Knights fans and the AHL future team fans deliver. We got so many potential team names coming out, guesses on what it could be. People seem to really like this blank shirt, oddly enough. But I wanted to first, before we get into some of those exact different names that a lot of you guys were giving us, to make sure we check in on a couple of the great fans that did let us know where they're watching from. Farah in Viva Los Henderson. Absolutely love that. Kristen in Great Falls, Montana. Dave Abbott in South Dakota, Tim and Christopher in Spring Creek and Enterprise, Nevada, respectively, and Dottie in Florida. So keep those check-ins coming. We want to know where you guys are watching from. One of the coolest things about this broadcast is that we are able to be on all of these different platforms. So NBC3 Las Vegas, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and we have fans that are not only here locally, but globally as well. So make sure that you just keep sending in all of those things. Let's get to some of your potential team names, though, that you all sent in, because these are incredible. They should be called the Squires, because the Squires aspire to become Knights. So that one's not off the wall, but realistic. Really like that, Maria. Henderson Silver Squires, again, saying that they can be knighted before the game. A lot of different possibilities from Pat on Facebook. He likes the Scorpions, the Silver Bullets, Gamblers, Rough Riders, Outlaws, Sin, Lights, Blackjacks, Wow, all of the ideas. The Henderson Heat Wave. I think Richard on Facebook, that might be one of my real favorites. That is very, very unique. A lot of different things coming in. One thing I have to admit I was laughing at was I saw like this fake t-shirt of like the Henderson Murder Hornets. That is not the way that we're going to go with this one, but I will say it gave me a good laugh. And while the blank blanks might not be the most fashion forward, it definitely got your guys' attention. So that's fantastic. Thank you guys so much for keeping engaged and bringing us all of this content. We want more. So tell us where you're watching from using that hashtag reveal night, Darren.
Stormy, that shirt is officially a collector's item right now because we're not going to see it again. When we check back in
Never
with you,
again.
we will have the name and we will have the logo. Stormy Buonantony, as we practice social distancing on the other side of our building, she will be part of this program throughout the night as we are pleased to bring in Bill Foley, the owner of the Vegas Golden Knights and the Henderson American Hockey League franchise. Great to be with you. Great to be able to be with you after what we've endured over the last couple of months.
Yeah, it's been terrible, hasn't it? But we're getting through it. Nevada's doing well and starting to open up again. Casinos open probably to half occupancy around June 4th. So that's exciting. So we keep on moving forward, keep on driving on, never give up, never give in.
You are one of the few that have seen the logo, you know the name. Without giving away too much, was this an easier process than the first go around when you named and created the Vegas Golden Knights?
It was a lot easier because I had a lot of help. The first time around, it was basically me working with Adidas and kind of doing it all myself and talking to people. But this time, our chief marketing officer, Brian Killingsworth, really took the lead and came back to me with several ideas and settled on a really good idea. I believe this logo is powerful. It's as powerful as the Golden Knights logo.
Just backtrack a little bit. We know this is about the logo and the name, but I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up your vision for Henderson, for the American Hockey League in the Valley.
Well, Henderson's a fantastic city. It's a growth city. It's got a great set of business or group of businesses there, and people don't really understand what Henderson is. And it's a fantastic community. It's a family-based community. So I'm proud that we are bringing our AHL affiliate to Henderson. For really, it's a family transaction. It's a family deal, and so families can go to our Lifeguard Arena, and they can go to our new arena that's going to be built when it's finished, and it's affordable, and they'll be able to see great hockey games.
Can you believe when we were on that stage at the National Hockey League expansion draft for the Vegas Golden Knights at T-Mobile Arena, and you were announcing the names along with George McPhee? A couple of years later, you're announcing a second team.
Yeah, isn't it great? And we're so proud to be part of Henderson. Henderson's going to be home for this team, and we're going to be embedded in that community just as the Golden Knights are embedded in the Las Vegas community. And our guys are going to wear the logo, the coaches, the team staff, the players, and they're going to be all in for Henderson.
Important to have its own identity, too?
Absolutely. It's got to have its own identity. We have our own team store in Henderson at the Lifeguard Arena. We'll have a team store at the arena. We'll sell some Golden Knights gear there too, and we'll sell some Henderson blanks downstairs. and it's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be so exciting to have this second powerful team in hockey here in Henderson.
What do you think of the blank name that Stormy was proposing there?
It's a antique at this point. It's an
You're
antique.
right.
It's a collector's item.
Well, and she also showed so many of the suggestions that have been submitted via social media tonight, and I was watching you watch and read those, and you're chuckling and saying there's some good ones. There
sure were. I like that silver scorpions. Yeah. That was interesting. The battle axes. That was pretty good. I know they had some great input, but unfortunately the name has been chosen. It's done. It's in concrete.
Okay, on the subject of that, are you ready?
I am ready.
Yeah? Okay, so...
But not just yet.
No?
No, not yet.
I go with him. It is time to name the Henderson American Hockey League franchise right after this on Reveal Night, American Hockey League style.
Hi, I'm Lily.
And I'm Julia.
I used Homey to sell my home.
And I used a more traditional agent. We both got great prices for our homes.
Because I used Homey, I sold my home faster and for more money. And because Homie charges a flat rate instead of a percentage, I saved over $10,000.
Really?
Yeah, and because we sold our home to a Homie buyer, we saved another $10,000.
Well, we both got nice new houses that we love.
We saved money when we bought our house with Homie, so.
Oh, son of a...
Homie, they've got your back.
Hey, are we rolling? Yeah, we're rolling! Ah! We're here! We're gonna close it out tonight. Isn't that right, Gordon?
Oh, yes, it's gonna win. Come on, baby.
Yeah!
That'll be $15.42. I just need your favorite color, your ring size, your dental records, the name of your first crush.
Tired of being asked for too much information? At Credit One Bank, we keep it simple. Just enter your name and last 4 digits of your social security number to see if a platinum credit card offer is waiting for you. Earn 1% cashback rewards on everyday eligible purchases with the official credit card of the Vegas Golden Knights. Visit GoCreditOne.com or text Vegas Born to 99000.
Use the hashtag Reveal Night as you participate in the discussion on social media. Happy to be with you on the VGK Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube channels. Also broadcasting on News 3 Las Vegas. Darren Millard along with Bill Foley. The smile is evident. This is a big night. We're finished teasing. We dragged this one on, and now it's time to do the big reveal. Henderson will join the American Hockey League in 2021. The franchise is confirmed, but now, Bill, it's time for the name. It's time for the logo. Hockey history happens now.
Henderson.
Home means Henderson, the Henderson Silver Knights of the American Hockey League. That is fierce, that is dynamic, that is intimidating, and it's a whole lot of fun. The similarities there with the Vegas Golden Knights logo, and yeah, this is history, and this moment right now is the culmination of a lot of hard work. So just as we go through this, Bill, give me an idea of the synergy between the Golden Knights and Silver Knights is obvious, but what went into that?
I mean, really, the whole thought process is to have the same culture at the Henderson Silver Knights as we have here at the Golden Knights. And it's a culture about being the epitome of the warrior class. Always advance, never retreat, never give up, and never give in. And so through a lot of consultation, a lot of talking, a lot of meetings, what we really did was we chose the armored war horse as to be the key part of our logo. And if you look closely at the logo, you can see that there are golden eyes. And the golden eyes are signify the fact that the Henderson Silver Knight is working to become a Golden Knight. And if you look at the word mark or the trademark, Henderson, there are 2 spurs. One is silver, one is gold. And spurs were awarded to a knight when a knight actually became a knight. And the armored war horse must have been a fearsome animal in the medieval times. And can you imagine being an archer and there's a knight on an armored war horse coming towards you? Terrifying. So our whole idea is, again, we're the epitome of the warrior class. We never give up, we never give in, and we protect the unprotected. And for example, there are 20 rivets and 21 chainmail, 20 links of chainmail and 21 rivets around the armored war horse. What am I forgetting?
Well, you have the shield shape, which fits perfectly with the Vegas Golden Knights, as well as the colors.
And our colors are
gold and black.
Yeah, silver, gold, and black. So very similar to what we have at the Golden Knights. So this is all a tie-in to keep everything together, keep the culture together, and these guys they'll aspire to be a Golden Knight. And I'm going to love it because I'm going to go to Henderson. I'm going to go to our new arena and watch the Silver Knights play and watch them practice. And so instead of watching it on TV and having to stream it from Chicago, I can go there myself and watch these guys.
And the teamwork, right? And working together, the Armored Warhorse and the Golden Knight working in tandem to accomplish their goal.
Yeah, exactly. So the Knight on the Warhorse, on the Armored Warhorse, the Warhorse helped the Knight become a Knight and to achieve his goals, to move to the next level, the next stage. So this is I think it's just a fantastic logo, and it's a fantastic thread that we're weaving between the Silver Knights and the Golden Knights. So we're all one.
Do you have a favorite part of this logo, their little subtlety?
Well, I do, because if you look at the logo closely, there's an H, which is part of the Armored Warhorse. So the H represents Henderson. Henderson's our home, and we are going to represent Henderson in a fantastic way. So Henderson, we're going to be part of the community. The Henderson Silver Knights are Henderson.
I love your comments about the Vegas Golden Knights and the color and the gold. I've been really drawn into that verbiage, but the colors that you selected with the silver and the gold and the black.
Yeah, so silver really, Nevada is the silver state, and many people don't know this, but Nevada has more wild horses than any other state in the nation. So again, we're respecting the horse, the Armored Warhorse, but Nevada's wild horses. And the silver state, the second most precious metal. So all kind of lines up. It's all teed up.
You happy?
I'm very happy. I think it's a great logo.
I think it's fantastic. Yes, dynamic, intimidating, transparent, because you see what you see. It jumps right out at you. And the Henderson Silver Knights break from the stable with that Golden Knight on top. It's wonderful. We'll take a break. More from Bill Foley in just a little bit. We'll let you soak in the unveiling. Were you right? Let us know on our social media channels with Stormy Bonatoni. Plus, Bill's going to expound a little bit about how you can get involved as a ticket holder, a corporate sponsor, really jump on board from day one with the Henderson Silver Knights as we continue on Reveal Night with the American Hockey League and the Henderson Silver Knights.
The Henderson Silver Knights have a name and logo. Be the first to night up with the official HSK gear. Available now at the Arsenal and VegasTeamStore.com. Get your inaugural men's and women's Henderson Silver Knights t-shirts and hats and be the first ones to represent the Valley's newest team. Don't miss out. Go Knights, go!
With over 50 service trucks to cover Las Vegas, Yes Air Conditioning and Plumbing is always ready to help you. Our highly skilled technicians are trained to handle any home plumbing or HVAC challenges. We also offer 24-hour emergency service. That's just a few reasons why we're one of the premier plumbing and HVAC repair companies in Las Vegas. For AC repair, tune-up, or new installation, say yes to work done right the first time. Yes Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Visit theyesmancan.com to schedule an appointment today.
The Henderson Silver Knights have a name, have a logo, and are accepting deposits for season tickets now. Visit HendersonSilverKnights.com for information on how to place your refundable season ticket deposit today. Tickets will be starting at just $10 per seat. Don't miss out on the opportunity to become a Day 1 season ticket member. Go Knights, go!
When the American Hockey League plays in Nevada, the club will be called the Henderson Silver Knights. The owner of the club and parent team, Vegas Golden Knights, Bill Foley, making it official a couple of moments ago. Bill, brand is the buzzword. If we have this beautiful warhorse looking over our shoulders, buzzwords, brand, but it's real. It does have a meaning. It does have an influence on everything that comes together and that link between the Golden Knights and the Silver Knights.
Yeah, it absolutely does. So we're all part of one culture. There's no I in team, and we're a team, and so it all comes from my West Point and my Army background. We're all about everyone working together, working hard, driving toward a single goal. So my goal is just to bring the Stanley Cup here. It is also to bring the Calder Cup here and create a team that is going to make Henderson proud. And I love the fact that we now have now have a team that's going to be affordable for families. And people can go to these games, and the whole family can go and watch these games and be in a great arena, whether it's the Orleans to start with for the first year or two, and then our own arena down in Henderson, which we're building in cooperation with the Henderson city government. But people will be able to go there, hang out.
Well, the price, $10?
$10. Tickets start at $10. This is really affordable, and it's not going to be a $25 hot dog. It's going to be a $5 hot dog or a $4 hot dog. People are going to be able to go there and watch a great game of hockey.
More information, go to hendersonsilverknights.com. The idea that fans can go, family can go, it's affordable, but also the fact that this team is building something in the city of Henderson with that facility. Not only the new rink, the big rink, is coming, but it's going to see just over 6,000 people in that range, if I have my math correctly.
That's right. Yeah, 6,100 or so.
And the response when you announced the American Hockey League was coming to Nevada, you have 7,600 season ticket deposits.
We have 7,600 season ticket deposits. You better get your deposits in, because we're going to start doing seat selections for Orleans, and then the Henderson Arena will come next. And it's again, this is going to be fantastic. And we have some great partnerships that we're creating. We have the Silver Society, which is 16 key partners of the Henderson Silver Knights that will all be part of our sponsorship group, and they'll get exclusive access to players and certain events. And then finally, we're pleased to announce a great partnership with News 3 and its cluster of stations. And News 3 is carrying the show tonight. They're going to broadcast 10 home games live next year, which is unbelievable. And we're so happy with that partnership. And be able to bring hockey in another way to this community it makes me proud.
Surprised is probably the wrong word, but how impressed are you with the reaction of the Valley to not just the Vegas Golden Knights? Everybody loves the National Hockey League, but the sport as a whole.
I really believe we're going to blow it out in terms of being the top AHL team in the league, because we're unlike some of the NHL teams that have affiliates, that they don't really pay attention to the affiliate, they don't really care for them. And we're going to support this affiliate, the Henderson Silver Knights, just as we do the Vegas Golden Knights. They're going to have resources, they're going to have a great facility at Lifeguard Arena, which is NHL level quality, 2 sheets of ice, right down in downtown Henderson, and we're proud of our partnership with the city of Henderson on that. And then this arena being built, it's a mini T-Mobile, only maybe better. It's going to be it's unbelievable. We looked at the plans or the presentations today. They were all excellent, and one may be a little ahead of the other, but this is going to be an unbelievable arena.
Not the way you probably envisioned to make the big announcement via this stream and on News 3 Las Vegas, but it has happened. It's official, and just congratulations. Really, really impressive, both on the logo and the name. It works so in touch with each other.
Yeah, thanks, Darren. And we did work hard on it. All the guys and gals worked really hard on developing this logo and developing the name, and kind of keeping with the culture of the Vegas Golden Knights and transferring that to the Henderson Silver Knights.
And it gives Henderson a great identity. We'll chat with Mayor Deborah March in just a little bit. But again, congratulations and enjoy it.
Yeah, thanks, Darren.
Bill Foley, the owner of the American Hockey League's Henderson Silver Knights and the Vegas Golden Knights of the National Hockey League. When we continue on Reveal Night, back to Stormy Buonantony with reaction to the name, to the logo. And Gary Lawless rejoins the show for a chat with Mayor Deborah Marsh, as well as Ben Jones, VGK prospect, who's looking forward to his time in Henderson and wearing that logo on his chest. We'll be right back.
The Henderson Silver Knights have a name and logo. Be the first to night up with the official HSK gear. Available now at the Arsenal and VegasTeamStore.com. Get your inaugural men's and women's Henderson Silver Knights t-shirts and hats, and be the first ones to represent the Valley's newest team. Don't miss out. Go Knights, go!
I was thinking during the break, Chance is going to get a buddy out of this. What an opportunity. This is reveal night. The secret's out. The Henderson Silver Knights, the American Hockey League affiliate. That's the name, and the logo is fantastic. VGK prospect Ben Jones is going to join us in just a little bit. He played this year in Chicago. We'll get his opinion on what it's going to be like to play in Henderson, and right beside the parent club in the Vegas Golden Knights, as well as Mayor Deborah March of Henderson. Her opinion, her impression of the logo, and boy, what an opportunity for Henderson to have that H right there in the middle of the logo. But right now, let's go back to Stormy Bonatoni. And Stormy, the blankety blank sweater's gone. Look at done.
Yeah, I had to do a quick change. If you didn't get enough of the logo already, I hope you have enough of it now, because I am pumped about this.
Wonderful. I liked what you've done with the place and in dressing it up a little bit.
Thank you. I had to get the social hub all ready and prepared for the people. And I got to say, just the social media response today has been awesome. And that's so appreciated by everyone in the organization, because people worked so hard to make this logo possible, to make the team name something that the folks in Henderson and the folks in Nevada could really be proud of. And it's awesome to see just how much it's lived up to it. I love the cat's out of the bag. The armored horse is out of the bag. So let's take a look at some of those comments from all of you guys on social, because the response has been fantastic. Cat just saying, woo, hashtag Henderson Silver Knights. People liking the swag, which is good. I appreciate that, because I'm decked out in it and I know that I love it. The Silver Knights, I love it. Absolutely fantastic name. Every knight needs a horse. Absolutely awesome. Also been seeing just a lot of really great response on how much people appreciate the story and the tie-ins between the logo and everything that came together. Victoria saying absolutely loving that logo. I need t-shirts now. How long until we get those? I'll give you a little update on that here pretty shortly. Could not be better. Can't wait for Henderson hockey. You guys, I know how I feel just reading these comments and seeing how much all of you watching on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, NBC3, how much you guys are really showing an investment. Okay, this one might be one of my favorites, saying, excuse the baseball term, but Mr. Foley hit a home run. That's just fantastic. Now, as you see here, we've got all of this social media going on. You've been following along on the Golden Knights social pages, but now we are live on the Henderson Silver Knights social media pages. So we got to make sure that you get following your new favorite AHL team on Facebook, the Henderson Silver Knights, on Twitter at HS Knights, on Instagram at Henderson Silver Knights, and we're going to be on TikTok. And also, fun fact for all of you guys, later on today, they're also going to be opening up at HSK gear on Instagram. So that'll be really cool. As you saw, a lot of people asking where you can get that gear. I got you covered there as well. All the merchandise will be available immediately following this show on VegasTeamStore.com at the Arsenal, starting tomorrow, Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And a really amazing thing about the adult shirts that are for sale, every one of those that is sold is going to be donated to a frontline worker. They're also going to be pop-up locations in Henderson. Don't worry, we've got you guys covered over at Green Valley Ranch. Starting next Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, there will be special time slots for folks in Henderson to be able to get their HSK gear. And speaking of Henderson, we've got so much more information to share with you regarding Lifeguard Arena, Henderson Event Center, and who better to talk about it than the mayor of the city of Henderson, Deborah March. That's all from me, but she will be back joining Darren Millard on the other end of this break. Stay with us.
Welcome to the 2019 Vegas Golden Knights Fathers Trip. This is a trip where the organization brings the fathers of the players along for a weekend. Played in Vancouver on Thursday night. Now we're in beautiful Northern California at one of Bill Foley's vineyards. This one here is Roth Estates. We're also going to visit Foley Sonoma and Chalk Hill, two of his other properties. It's been a really fun trip, and it wraps up on Sunday with a game against the San Jose Sharks.
It's been awesome so far. Bus up here, kind of get into wine country. See some of Bill's other, I guess, hobbies and things that he does for fun. Especially to do it with your dads, having them out here. It's pretty cool to have Bill to have us all out here and to his wineries, and it was daughter's pretty proud of some of the stuff that she did.
We're here with Willard Reeves, father of Ryan Reeves. Willard, we're at Roth Estates, one of Bill Foley's vineyards. How are you enjoying the day so far?
So impressive. This is such a great trip, and to come out and taste some of the wines that they produce here is unbelievable. This is a once in a lifetime thing, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
Welcome back to Reveal Night, announcing Henderson's American Hockey League Club will be the Silver Knights. This segment brought to you by our friends over at Yes Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Yes has over 45 years of experience dealing with the extreme weather changes in Las Vegas area, and they're always focused on providing customers the very best service. So visit the YesManCan.com.
You'd want to have them on speed dial this weekend.
Yes, it's been amazing. We raised the temperature in hockey this week on a couple of different fronts, and we did that again tonight, and the weather's following true on that. Nice to have you back on the show. Boy, Bill was amazing. Nice to see so much excitement with the Henderson Silver Knights.
What do you think of the logo?
I think it's fantastic.
It's kind of blown me.
It covers everything. It's intimidating, but cool and friendly and dynamic.
And Bill talked a lot about culture, and we did earlier in the show. And one of the really neat things about that logo, that's not produced by some outside agency. That's the VGK design team. Those are the people that put together the posters and graphics that you see all the time on our website and at the arena. Those are VGK employees, and I think the logo is tremendous. And as a member of the organization, really proud of the people that put it together.
Yeah, Matt, Brady, and Zach are outstanding at what they do, top of the class when it comes to their field. So, Gary, tonight's a big moment for hockey in the Valley, and there's been a few of these big moments in the city of Henderson recently with the buildings going up and the ice pads going in. So we want to bring in the mayor of Henderson, and Deborah March is here. Thank you for joining us, taking the time. And the Henderson Blanky Blanks, you can retire that one. You've got your Henderson Silver Knights sweater and logo coming. What was your impression when you saw the unveiling tonight? Just going to have to get you to unmute your computer so we can have and hear you properly.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Perfect. Good job, Mayor.
What a thrill. It was so exciting to see the announcement and to hear Bill Foley's explanation of what the Silver Knights are all about and what the logo is all about. So we couldn't be more thrilled here in Henderson to be a partner with the Golden Knights family. How
about that slogan, home means Henderson? What does that mean to your community and the future of Henderson?
We are a very family-oriented community, and having worked with the Golden Knights on a number of issues, whether it's the lifeguard arena and the event center, they are very family-oriented and very community-oriented. And so having that partnership where we work together and we share values, I just see a very strong partnership going forward in the coming years.
Henderson ranked one of the best communities in the United States to live in, and now there's a hockey team there. Water Street has been revitalized. How great has the partnership for hockey and Henderson been?
Oh, it's second to none. They are just wonderful partners, wonderful friends. Exciting to watch the lifeguard arena going up right outside my window, and knowing that very soon the AHL team is going to be playing there, and then to know that we're going to also be having the event center opening up in a couple of years, and seeing the team play there, as well as having a lot of community events and recreational opportunities and concerts and graduations and other events. So having this partnership and knowing that the Knights share the same values that we do, it's awesome.
What does it mean to have the Henderson name, that word, in the Silver Knights franchise?
Well, of course, as mayor of the city of Henderson, I'm incredibly proud, and I know that the people of Henderson are proud and embrace the team and embrace what they bring to our community. And sports and recreation and parks and open space have always been a part of our DNA. And seeing this commitment by the Golden Knights to bring the Silver Knights to our community and to name the team the Henderson Silver Knights, I couldn't be prouder.
Did you ever think you'd have 3 rinks going up in your backyard?
It's exciting, isn't it?
It's awesome. Big announcement this week, a big vote. Just a quick comment on what's occurred.
Yes, we took a vote this last week, and we voted on the Henderson Event Center, and we're going to be looking at some designs in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully approving a design for the construction of the new event center over at Green Valley Parkway in the 215. And that'll be a wonderful addition to the community, because it will embrace the quality of life that our residents have come to appreciate. Not only will it be a hockey arena, but it will be an exciting events facility for our community to enjoy and to appreciate and recreate and just enjoy our community. It's just an important part of our DNA.
I just love the perks of being mayor. You were one of the first ones to wear that logo. That's awesome with the big H on it. Congratulations. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to running into you at a Silver Knights game very soon.
Thank you very much. I look forward to it as well. And thanks to Carrie and to Bill Foley and the Vegas Golden Knights team.
It's a really strong partnership. Mayor Deborah March of the city of Henderson, and what they've been able to do in the wake of the Vegas Golden Knights arrival here.
Just, you're not going to be able to drive down a street in Henderson without looking in a hatchback and seeing, a hockey bag for a little boy or a girl getting ready to go to practice. 30% of the kids that are in the programs at City National Arena are from Henderson. So it's not a long drive. It's a nice drive. Well, now you don't have to drive at all. You're just going to go over to Henderson. Well, you'll have to drive over to Summerlin when your teams are playing against teams from here. But Henderson is going to have its own 3 pads, an opportunity for all those kids to really grow in hockey. And that, to me, all of this stuff, the professional side of it is fantastic. But what the Golden Knights have done in planting the hockey flag in this area, that's going to pay dividends for a long time. You and I love the sport of hockey, and to see kids all over the valley embracing hockey and now having the chance and the ice to go skate on, that's tremendous.
You bring up a good point. The professional side, the entertainment is wonderful, and it really puts you on the map from a major sporting perspective. But Henderson and the CNA Arena in Summerlin, being able to have multiple rinks, but also create some rivalry, create some programs, create that following that comes up from the grassroots.
Well, there's no Marc-Andre Fleury if there's not a rink, for him to go to in Quebec. There's no Jason Zucker if he doesn't have an opportunity to get on ice. And now there's going to be Austin Matthews from Arizona, one of the best players in the National Hockey League. Now there's the opportunity for that to happen in Vegas. It's going to be tremendous.
We've talked a lot about going to games, going to the Silver Knights games, the benefit of the success of the Vegas Golden Knights. What we haven't discussed is actually wearing this logo on your chest, suiting up in the American Hockey League in the city of Henderson and the Las Vegas Valley, and we will do that next. VGK prospect Ben Jones played this year in the American Hockey League in Chicago. Next year, he'll play just down the road from the big club and the Vegas Golden Knights with the Henderson Silver Knights. He joins us next, get his impressions as we continue on Reveal Night in the American Hockey League.
The Henderson Silver Knights have a name, have a logo, and are accepting deposits for season tickets now. Visit HendersonSilverKnights.com for information on how to place your refundable season ticket deposit today. Tickets will be starting at just $10 per seat. Don't miss out on the opportunity to become a Day 1 season ticket member. Go Knights, go!
This segment of Reveal Night, the unveiling of the Henderson Silver Knights, is brought to you by Homey.com. Homey combines technology, innovative software, and expert customer service to make buying or selling a home fast and easy. More information at Homey.com. So Bill Foley had the vision. Deborah Marsh supplied the support. Stormy Bonatoni already repping the merchandise. How about one area we haven't touched on, Gary Lawless, and that's the players that are suiting up for the Henderson Silver Knights. And with more on that, let's bring in Ben Jones, who joins us now. And Ben, you've played in the American Hockey League in Chicago. What's your impression of that logo that's on your chest now and playing in Henderson?
Yeah, it's pretty astonishing. I mean, it's a gorgeous logo. You kind of see all the details that went into it. You kind of see the chainmail and the rivets that go into the new season, and just all the detail. You can tell it was a lot of work was put in, and it's gorgeous. And I think it's going to look unbelievable on some jerseys that we'll wear.
Ben, you've been part of this organization almost from the very start, taking in that first amateur draft, going in the 7th round. I'll never forget it. Your family was all there for you, and they called your name near the end of the night, and boy, you were up there quick. It was very exciting. What's it like to see the progress of this Golden Knights organization coming to where you are right now today?
Yeah, I mean, that first season was pretty much a Cinderella story for the Golden Knights. I don't think obviously the Stanley Cup would have been the best thing, but getting all the way to the finals was a pretty amazing accomplishment in itself. I think every record was pretty much broken that year. So, that in itself was amazing. And going forward, I mean, it's been 3 and a bit years now. It feels like it was yesterday. So, being part of this new franchise and getting to, hopefully break some new records in that regard is something I'm looking forward to, and kind of can't wait for it whenever we get back to it.
I wish we had more time, but the good news is you're going to be here for the entire season, no matter where you're playing, so we'll have plenty of opportunities to catch up. Thanks for joining us and sharing your thoughts. It looks good on you.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to wear it.
There's Ben Jones, played in the American Hockey League with Chicago. Looking forward. He's the first American Hockey League player to wear that Henderson Silver Knights logo. We have a reason to celebrate here.
Yeah,
Bourgeois, champagne.
A whole bunch of stuff. We've got some Bourgeois champagne there, and we're not going to pop it on air. Too much could go wrong if we tried that, but perhaps later, Darren.
Well, it's not the first time you've been told to put a cork in it or keep a cork in it, one way or the other. But that looks wonderful on that hat. And if you want more, HendersonSilverKnights.com. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, Henderson Silver Knights, as well as on Twitter. The handle is HS Knights on Twitter. So that's the social media channels, and HendersonSilverKnights.com. This has been fun. This has been really cool. An unveiling like this with such a dynamic logo.
Yeah, this is a new era in hockey in Vegas, and the first era isn't that old, and now we've got another step to it. And I'm just really excited to have the American Hockey League really important and going to be really great for the Golden Knights organization.
3.5 years. We're overlapping eras right now. I look forward to getting back on the ice very soon. Great evening, and while one night can't brush aside the hardship that we've experienced recently, certainly looking forward to what is in store in the future. It looks good on you. The hat is beautiful. We just acknowledge the tough go that everybody's had recently. And this show, this night, this unveiling dedicated to the frontline workers, the first responders, the employees of the restaurants and the grocery stores, everybody that's helped keep us going and this community going throughout this pause and this challenge.
Stay safe, and thanks very much for all your service.
The Henderson Silver Knights, the newest team in the American Hockey League, going hand in hand as the Golden Knight rides out of the barn on his armored horse.